Good morning, guys. Hello from the rainy India. Hello from my mobile studio on the four wheels. I want to answer a question which will probably take a little bit longer to reply. That's why I'm shifting the screen wide because I'm expecting the video will be a little bit longer than 3 minutes. The question was, how long does it take for you to settle in India? And I would probably differentiate what is settle in versus what is to get used to it. By settling in, I mean you arrive to the country, you need to spend some time to find a place where you will stay for the next 1 or 2 years. So you will be reviewing a real estate, getting to know the area a little bit. If, like, my family, we arrived over here with 2.5 years old child. Wife is pregnant. Our challenge was, that much greater. We had to look for a child care or a preschool, for our child. And then because wife will be delivering our second baby, yes, that's true. She's 8 months pregnant right now. She will be delivering sometime next month. Our challenge was to find a hospital. Okay, that was really really a big one that we were a little bit afraid of, but actually eventually, it turned out, very good. So in our case, I would say settling in, finding a place, sign a rental agreement, get a preschool, get a kid adjusted to the preschool because she never went to one before. That's another challenge, extra for our family. Then find a hospital, get an appointment with a doctor, do the first checkup, see the delivery rooms, how they look like. Are they meeting your standard, what you would be expecting from a hospital? Then getting the keys from the apartment or from the house, depending on what you have decided to go with. Moving into the apartment. Maybe potentially you didn't move just by one or two suitcases. If you are relocating over here for a longer term or for a few years, you actually most likely use some moving service, and you ship a couple of boxes to India from your home country. That would be pillows, blankets, a rice cooker in our case, coffee maker, uh, cooking ware, utensils, plates, glasses. Obviously, you can get everything what I'm listing over here, in IKEA, but maybe it is cheaper just to bring it with you than buying a new stuff. In our case, we have a small baby. Four boxes were just toys for the baby, and the toys are not cheap nowadays. So being able to ship over here 4 boxes of toys, um, actually saves $1 if we were to buy them over here. So in our case, settling in, meaning that we were able to move to our permanent location where we will stay for the next 2 years and get internet connectivity, which can be a task on its own for 1 to 2 weeks. Get ready. So it took us 4 weeks, 4 weeks to settle in. And I would say, let me see if the camera can focus on my face because it is moving randomly. There you go, auto tracking enabled. All right. All right, so we are auto tracked right now. Anyways, settling in within 4 weeks, I would say, is kind of rare, and you shouldn't be expecting settling in that quickly. Now, here's the secret why it took us only 4 weeks to settle in, and we were able to move into the new place and be able to unpack our suitcases and make the place that we are renting our temporary home for the next 2 years. The secret was approximately 6 or 7 weeks prior we moved to India. We took a short trip to India for 2 days, 48 hours. 48 hours, full days. We flew in a night before. We were flying out the following days. So if you want to count like this, it would be 4 days. But day number 1, number 4 doesn't count because you spend it only at the airport. So we had 2 full days with a fully dedicated agent, which was, given to us. And this agent helped us to show us probably like 6 sample apartments. That honking, Jesus. Okay, so I was saying that what I was saying. Yeah, the agent showed us about 6 sample apartments to get an idea what to expect, how a gated apartment community looks like, what the amenities are, what is the size of the apartment, what a good apartment looks like at the very top, of our budget versus how it looks like if we want to go 30% below. And the decision was up to us what we want to go with. My surprise, we found out for the price of, very nice luxury apartment. If you move a little bit out of the high-tech city, because we are in Hyderabad, India, just in case you are watching for the first time. If you move a little bit out, approximately 8 kilometers, less than 4 miles away from the high-tech city, for the price of the apartment, you are able to get actually a very decent villa house in a nice, gated, secure community. And I have never lived in a villa house before because I'm not rich. So I really wanted to take the opportunity and give it a try. Maybe I will never ever get a chance in my life to live in such a nice house. So I prefer to commute every single day to the office. Okay, it's been 7 minutes already. I think I have 10 more minutes to go. So it is give or take, somewhere between 25 to 30 minutes every day to the office. And I would sacrifice the commute time for the luxury, in my case, to be living in a villa house in a nice community with a few residents. Because if you are living in an apartment community, obviously there's more families, it's more densely populated, more people. If you are living in a villa house community, that number would be sliced by, I don't know, maybe by 80%. There would be, I don't know, maybe 70, 80 houses, 1 family per house. So you will get a sense of a privacy, it's more quiet. You get there the streets, most likely with the trees. It looks like a nice, like an American neighborhood. That's the impression that I'm getting. Because I was living in the United States before, not in a gated community, but this is as close as it gets. Where I'm living right now, I feel like I'm living in the US. So the agent showed us, a sample apartments, another hall on the road. Showed us a few apartments, a few villa houses. So I got an idea immediately when I saw the villa houses. I knew that's what I want, and that was my pure focus on searching more, going away from the city and looking for the best deal for the villa house. We saw a sample preschools, so we get an idea, and then we visited also 1 hospital. And the first hospital that we visited, in our case, it was Rainbow. It was, hit right in the middle. We were like, okay, this is perfect. We don't need to see anything else. During our stay, I made videos of the real estate, and I will be sharing it with you later. And that really helped me. That was the key point. I recorded almost every single apartment and the house that we have visited. The main villa, which I really wanted, we started negotiations with the landlord, and we said, hey, we are interested to stay there at least for 2 years, but the thing is, we won't be able to start paying the rent or move in, before September 1st. And the landowner was kind of, strict, but I can understand. And he said, villa will be available from June 20th. Whoever will come first and pay, they will get the villa. So we didn't get it. There was a beautiful mansion that nobody has lived before, fully renovated, fully furnished. It was like MTV Crib. It was unbelievable. It was a little bit above the budget, but I was willing to pay for it, for the experience, to live like a freaking king. It was 5,800 square feet, 4 floors, with a pool on the roof, with the elevator inside. No backyard. You know, in those villas communities, you have no backyard. It has this only small patch of grass. It will be enough to put there a chair where I can have a coffee in the morning. The kid can play in the grass a little bit. But it was just so beautiful, so peaceful, that I was like, okay, I want it. I didn't get it. Okay, that's the life. You probably don't get what you want. But we were viewing another villa, which I wasn't that much interested when we saw it the first time. I made a video. It was very decent looking one, but it looked like nobody was living there for maybe 2 years. It was dusty, and the landlord was, we are just making a U-turn, crossing the street, and it's always like you are 2 seconds away from a car accident. So that's why I'm paying attention on the road, because that's when my heart gets pumping. All right, we crossed the road. All right, I'm in the intersection. So anyways, the landlord was doing the renovation of the place, and that's why it looked like work in progress. That's why I was not so much impressed. But as the time went on, I was viewing the videos, and I was showing them to my wife, and I realized that that villa doesn't look that bad actually. My agent called me 5 weeks later after we were viewing that place and said, "Hey Robert, the villa which you have viewing as the last one, and you were not so much impressed, actually went under the renovation. And I saw the villa this morning, and it's very nice, and I would recommend you to take a look at it." So I went back to the video for the 3rd time. I watched it, my video from 5 weeks. Then I was waiting for the updated video done with a cell phone from the agent. And because I knew the community where it is, and I saw the shape of the villa, I was able to make a quick decision, and I said, all right, without me seeing the final product, only the video, I want it. So we started the negotiations. Oh, whoa, whoa, it's a little bit shaky. So we started negotiations remotely without seeing the villa, and okay, there was a speed bumper on the road. So we started negotiations remotely. We went back and forth for about 2 or 3 weeks. There were some people that were willing to pay upfront for 1 year of rent. They were so interested, but for whatever reason, the owner, the landlord, decided to give the villa, other bumpers, to give the villa to us. Why? I don't know. The owner lives in the U.S. with the whole family. I have U.S. passport. We came here as working professionals for 2 years, so there's a guarantee that we will actually get out of the villa and not try to stay there. So we probably represent, a hassle-free tenants for a landlord, and that's why even though the local was willing to pay 1 year up front, they were willing to give the house to us, for which I'm very thankful. So only because this area tour, and I saw the preschools, which I didn't like, and I was able to do research on my own and started doing, the long distance building relationship with the preschool, which we visited once we moved into the India, because previously I saw quite a few neighborhoods and I had an idea how the neighborhoods look like, and I was able to make a decision to pick a house remotely without actually seeing it after the renovation. This helped me to settle in within 1 month. If you don't take the area tour or the quick trip before you actually move to the country, please expect that your settling in will take at least 6 to 8 weeks. That's my assumption, especially when you are coming with your family and your situation is a little bit more complicated, just as mine. So that's how long it took for us. Every country is different. Obviously, Singapore took about 30 minutes to settle in. You know, Singapore is a different story. But anyways, if you have moved abroad, either alone or with your family, and you have a story to share, I would like to know about it. Please leave me a comment down below and let me know how long did it take you to settle in a new country. And anyways, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.